Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an FV304. It's a tier 6 British SPG. It's located on the northeast corner of Highway, and it's under the command of a fingernail clipping. That's a very odd name indeed. But you can say that fingernail actually has 3 marks of excellence on the barrel of his howitzer. So he is a very experienced player with a lot of skill. Now, see how he gets on. He's decided to knock down the farming shed. Actually, sometimes that can be a good move. Sometimes it can be a bad move. It really does depend on your point of view and how you actually play the game. He's doing the same to all the other buildings. And yep, okay, I think he's ready now, but he's just knocked down the water tower as well, to be absolutely certain. Okay, right, now, it's a short-range Arty. It's only 4.5-inch howitzer, which amounts to 114.3 millimeters in caliber, 450 alpha, 28 millimeters of pen, and 2.2 meters burst radius. Funnily enough, it actually has one of the better DPMs in the game. And you can see he's now extending his range to actually try and hit some of the enemy tanks when they come to sight. Yes, with the right combination of equipment and skills, the FV3 can generate some of the best DPM in the game. In fact, there are other Artys also that have the same howitzer, and they also generate very similar DPM, and they are the Bishop and the Crusader 5.5-inch SP. If you want to check this up, go on to Tanks GG and look up the DPM, and you'll see by Arty using HE rounds, it actually is one of the better DPMs. Rounds out. It takes a while for the shell to get there because it's going fairly high. That looks like one of the new tanks, the Mitsui 108, rounds out on his engine deck. Oh, good hit. Solid hit. 190 from that one. Almost a pen, but not quite. He's backing up. Rounds out again. And that's a kill shot. Well done. Okay, he's trying to get that KV3. Fires some blind on that one. But he hits him. He definitely hits him. He's looking around for the others. He can't see any other distraction going on, so he fires at the same spot. And yes, he locked his right-hand mouse button before he fired, just to make sure the shell went in exactly the same spot as before. Okay. No sign of him now. You don't get a whole lot of ammunition in the FV304, so you have to be careful you don't blow too much. You only get 75 rounds in total. Rounds out. Admittedly, that's more rounds than you get in the Fifi La Piu Piu, or Leffy, as some people know it. But you can easily blow through this ammunition very quickly, because the standard reload is 12.94 seconds, and you can see here that our reload time is 10.12. KV3 fires another one in. Oh, that was good. He tracked him. Oh, I love it when those tracks come off the way they do now. Tries another one. And he gets another hit. 161 this time. So he is getting good damage, but he's decided to switch to this Panzer IV Aslains H. Rounds out. No, hit the building. Still trying to get shots. Our T-3485M's trying to get shots on him as well. Oh, that was a good one. 75 hit points, but the target's gone down. We're 2 down on the enemy at the moment, so it's mostly down to the fact we lost a lot of tanks in the field, but our guys are doing well in the city. Now, our tanks are doing very badly now near the base, because there's only 2 tanks and the S51. I think he just noticed that. He just killed the KV3, but now we're looking at an AMX 1357, the nom-nom machine. Yes, because it goes around nom-nomming other tanks. And he's trying to kill the S51, so we're trying to aim at him. Try and get him as he's coming towards you. Rounds out. just missed him. He slowed down, but he was on fire for a brief moment. I think he lost a lot of hit points, and now he's gone out the game. He was taken out by the Jackson with his 90mm. But sadly, the T67 just took out the Jackson, and now basically the enemy cap belongs to the enemy, or our cap rather belongs to the enemy, and the only tank we've got near it is the S51. I don't think he's going to live very long, because they know where he is, and it looks like T67's going after him. Okay, it looks like he'll take him out with 2 shots. But that's a good hit! And he tracked him at the same time, but he fixed his tracks. He's burned his repair kit, but he takes out the S51. We fire one ahead of his path, but he changes course. This is not good. We're now down to just 5 players left on our team, and there's 8 left on the enemy team. Okay, so they're now starting to cap. So you can see the reason why he knocked those buildings down. He's trying to ensure that when the enemy does start capping, he can hit them fast. Rounds out in the Panzer F2. Yep, got a hit. Okay. He's so experienced, he moves the rescue around rapidly between his various targets. That Basotto is taking a hammering. That's it, lead the target just as he pulls back. Rounds out. Just missed him, but did get some splash. Okay, the enemy is now trying to cap from different areas of the cap circle. Round out on the Panzer F2. Does get a hit. Good one, 243. Now, can he get another hit? There's an enemy tank coming for us. That's the T67. He knows there's an Arty nearby. And we can't see him. There he is. Okay, so they are still capping with 2. And we're trying to intercept this T67. Okay, he slowed down all of a sudden. Rounds out. Oh, and he does go down. But now we've got to focus on the cap area. There's only 1 in the cap at the moment. The Panzer F2 decided to leave the cap. And so we're going after the Basotto. Rounds out. That's a reset. And a big reset. 55 capture points reduced. And we can see there's a hole in the engine deck on the Basotto. And the Basotto just got wiped out with a blind shot. He anticipated the guy would move forward, and he did, and went straight into the shell. Rounds out on the Panzer F, but he gets taken down by the T-3485M. So now it's down to 3 players on each team. So that's a big turnaround. As you recall, at one point the enemy had 10 kills, and they still had 8 vehicles left on their own team. Okay, so now we need to find a position to go to so that we can ambush the enemy. Now, at the moment, he's actually firing in that direction because he thinks there might be an enemy tank over there. But in fact, he's actually behind us. And there's 2 enemies, 2 Arty left on the enemy team. The M10 is the last tank. Rounds out. Oh, we got a blind hit. Now, the good thing about the M10 RBFM, apart from being a good premium vehicle, is that it's very thin armor for Arty to penetrate. If they can get a penetrating shot, then it usually is very fatal, especially for the 4.5-inch howitzer. But unfortunately, we've lost sight of the guy, and that means now that we have to catch or reacquire sight. The T-3485M is hanging back at the moment. He's just the other side of the bridge. So he can't see that M10. And that's usually a bad sign, because if you can't see it, it's probably trying to creep up on you and aim at you. We did see him go in the direction of these trees. So he's probably somewhere along the tree line waiting for the T-3485M to come into view. Okay, we're down to 44 rounds of ammunition. Now that may seem a lot, but he could easily get through that. He's still got 2 Arty to kill as well. He's done a massive amount of damage. Oh, and one of the enemy has gone into the cap again. Now, I'm guessing that the enemy is one of the Artys. And I think it'll probably be the M44 because he's the most mobile. The GW Panther actually has no turbo in his engine bay. Wargaming neglected to put it in, and the model so is much slower than it should be in reality. Of course, any GW Panthers would have been built using a Panther hull that they'd taken off the production line, so they wouldn't have removed the turbo. So really, Wargaming ought to put that turbo back in. Yeah, he's just testing the water at the moment, trying to find out where that guy might be hiding. And we've just located the M10, the T-34 has as well. Okay, they're still capping. It must be the M44. Yes, it is. He's the faster one. Okay, we're trying to dial in. Oh my gum! The T-34 killed the M10, and the GW Panther on the enemy team killed our T-34. So now we got the reset. 78 capture points. That's a defender medal. From just that shot alone, he's earned a medal off it, but it just goes to show how efficient those 3 marks are. Or how efficient he is. Oh, he spotted the GW. Now, what does he do? Go straight in? He should keep moving sideways. Oh, he got a snapshot onto him. He got his tracks back up again. He's trying to get a shot onto this GW. Now, he's going to take at least 20 seconds to reload. He fires one in to try and get a hit, but the GW is drawing him in to say, come on in, and he's going to try and get him the moment he comes over the ridgeline. There's the GW. He fails with the first try. Now, keep moving sideways. It keeps him readjusting his aim, and that means his rescue will keep getting bigger. Oh, but he's very good at the shotgun. Oh, such a pity. Good game. Oh, it was such a pity that he lost that one, but a fingernail clipping did it extremely well in the game. He got an ace tanker out of that game, even though he lost. His skill was showing towards the end, where he was reducing the enemy team bit by bit. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this game. He managed to get 11. He got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. A high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And on top of that, he got the defender. In fact, I think he got the defender twice over, because he did reset some tanks for at least 55 capture points at each time, or each temp. Well, one temp for certain, and another one you saw, which was 78. I think those two combined was more than he needed, but he did reset others as well during that period. And so, yes, a very solid defense. His win rate, 11,192, but I'm afraid in the end, he met somebody who was extremely good at shotgun in a GW Panther. And my advice, to keep moving sideways, laterally across the front of the GW is sound, because of course it does force them to actually try and lead their target and play it by hand, rather than actually getting an aim shot. But unfortunately, it was just too close. And even if the GW actually missed, he just needed to get the shell near the FV304, because he was getting closer and closer all the time. And that's what he managed to get the shot on in the end and take him out. So let's have a look at the team score and see what he managed. Well, he definitely got the highest damage in the game, 2,520 hit points of damage. Second highest damage was the Panzer IV Ausführung H on his own team, who also got a Top Gun in 2,296. And the third highest damage on the enemy team was the KV3 with 1,814. When it came to kills, it was the Panzer IV Ausführung H who got the most with 6 kills. In joint second place, we got Fingernail Clipping with 4 kills, and the GW Panther that killed him in the end. And in third place, we got the T-3485M on his team, who was doing rather well until the GW took him out. He got 3 kills. When it came to base XP, the third place, third place was Fingernail Clipping on his team, But 543, the highest score or highest base XP was the AMX 1357, the Nom Nom tank. Yes, he nommed his way through 2 enemy vehicles in that game. 844 went to the KV3, 830 went to the GW Panther, and we can see that 543, well, he got beaten by 6 members of the enemy team, 2 on his own. That puts him in 9th place on the base XP, I'm afraid, with 543, beaten by the Panzer IV Aslains H and T-3485M on his own team. He fired 39 rounds of ammunition, so he didn't use a huge amount, actually, but it could have been an interesting duel towards the end. 14 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, and I'm wondering which one he actually penetrated. Let's have a look at that list. Was it the M44? Yes, it was. 315 hit points, got a direct hit, wiped the guy out with the shell going straight through. 20 splashes as well. 2,520 hit points of damage, of which 2,314 were at more than 300 meters. 1 hit received, it was a penetrating shot, and more than likely that was the GW. 1 hit by way of splash damage as well. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, and 9 hit points of damage assistance. He also got 100 defense points when he reset the clap. On a free-to-play account, he actually earned a profit of 13,975 credits. So it was a good game in terms of the fact that he did make a profit, even so, mainly down to the huge amount of damage he did. Didn't get much stun assist, but he certainly did get, well, you can't get stun assist in an FV304, but yes, he did do enough damage to make a profit. And he also got 858 base XP, or that's not base, that's base here. 858 XP to take away at the end of the game. I wouldn't feel too disappointed in that failed Arty duel. I think we've all been in that situation. It was very difficult. The question was, do you run away or do you try and maneuver so that you can get a clean, clear shot at close range after the enemy is fired and miss? In this case, the GW Panther didn't miss. He actually got 2 shots, one which splashed and one which actually directly hit and took him out. And I think the problem was that if he tried to run away directly away from the GW, he would have made an easy target for the GW as he pulled away. And if he drove straight at the GW, he would have made an even better shotgun target. He did do the correct thing to try and move laterally to force the GW to increase his rescue, make it less easy for him to get a direct hit. But that GW driver, he knew that if he got closer, the closer he got, the more likely his shell, even if it missed, was going to destroy the FV304 with a splash. So good game, very interesting, nice ace tanker, but sadly it was a loss. I would say just keep trying, keep going, because that sort of game is fascinating. And he did everything correct until the end, and that GW, yeah. He's a good player. He is a good player, that guy. I hope you enjoyed that replay. Sad ending, but it's an interesting battle, and he certainly played it well. If you enjoyed the replay, please give it a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.